Welcome back to the Kaylee Show, beautiful. I am so excited to have you here, and I am so excited to watch your growth in 2024. This time of year is my most favorite time of year because it's really where we get to take the aligned action through the clarity and direction that we curate at this time of year. Expansion is a very real opportunity for you in 2024. Growth that defies logic is a very real possibility for you in 2024. Creating everything that you desire in your life for you, for your family, for your babies, for your lifestyle, everything that you have desired is available to you. It is a potential possibility for you to create in 2024. Now, this does not mean that I am saying sit back and manifest. This does mean that goal planning is the key element and strategy that, in my opinion, is a non-negotiable in business, especially if you are wanting to create exponential growth that defies illogical results. And that's what I'm here for. So in 2021, my business hit its first 6 figures. We reached 156K in revenue. This was me working predominantly as a solo hairstylist and a little bit, like a little dash of education. That is my 6th year in business, and it took me 6 years to reach 6 figures. In fact, I didn't even reach 100K. I went straight beyond it and reached my first 156K in revenue. In 2022, my business went fucking boom, and it hit $223,000 or $26,000 in revenue. This is when I really expanded my team and my business model. This is when I really refined my content, my marketing, and my sales strategy to increase our bookings. This is quite literally the difference between me showing up and trying to make it work, doing all the things, putting all of the effort in, pushing and trying to fucking make it work, and then I wasn't actually getting the results. And then now when I'm really truly getting those results, because I know what works. In 2023, I'm now on track, at the time of this recording, on track to hitting my first 400K in revenue. This is when I truly expanded my actual business model, and I launched my second business. So although I've had my bridal business for 10 years now, I've also launched my second business, which is my business mentoring, and that's only been launched for a whole year now. I think it's just gone over 14 months. This is how I shifted everything in my business, is because I was showing up with so much more intention, purpose, strategy, which is the reason why, and the one thing that underpinned my actual results is the strategy, the intention, and the purpose. Not just showing up and doing the things because I don't actually know what I'm doing and hoping that it will work. Faffing my way around trying to force the results. Or worse, in the first 6 years of my business, I didn't even actually vision anything bigger because I was limiting myself so much that I didn't even believe that I could reach 100K. I literally used to tell myself the story that I should ever be so lucky. And I think that even if I was fully booked, I was just so grateful that I was booked and people were choosing me, that I just didn't even think that I could increase my prices. I didn't even think that I could grow a team. I didn't even think that I should launch into education. I didn't even think business mentoring, that didn't even come on the radar. That was an accident. I never believed that I was capable of creating what I have created today. I never believed that I had what it took to have this conversation with you here today. If somebody told me 10 years ago that this is what my business would look like, I would literally slap them across the face and think that they got me confused with somebody fucking incredible. 6 years ago, when I was in the complete season of life of like just giving birth to baby after baby after baby, I would have never thought that if you told me 1 year after my second Bubba had just turned 1, so 1 year after he was born, that my business would look like what it did in 2021. I would have never thought that what I had created and have created now was ever possible for me. There was so much of the inner work that I had to shift. There were so many lessons and mistakes that I had to go through to extract the lesson, to evolve and expand from, to then create an even more transformative year in business. 2022 felt like quite an external expansion for me, because externally, my business just fucking exploded. I went from like 1 hairstylist to 8 hairstylists within 6 months. And then I went from me working and doing weddings every single week, about 3 to 4 times a week, to having 1 wedding a week, whilst my team was managing the rest. It then went to, in the later months of 2022, when I actually fully went all in on my mentoring and my Kayla Lee brand, and I launched it, and it launched with wild success. That was so much external expansion in 2022. And 2023 looked a whole fucking lot different. There was so much inner work, so much inner transformation, so much inner expansion, so much that I got to understand the things that I didn't even want to understand about myself. There was so much fucking work that I can't even express to you the breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after so many breakdowns. This year, it blows my mind that I have almost hit $400,000 in revenue. And it feels like all I did was go through breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough. Internal meltdown after meltdown after meltdown. I have never felt so unstable in my own inner world until this year. And I'm sharing this so vulnerably with you because I want you to see, truly see and experience what that growth looks like behind the scenes, behind the Instagram post, behind the Instagram stories, behind the high vibe masterclasses, behind any workshop or retreat that I'm holding. I want you to fucking really see me vulnerably, what it actually takes to break through and create growth. Growth that defies logic in your life, for your family, for your babies, for your clients, for your business. I could have stayed safe. In fact, the reason why I've grown so much is because I rapidly expanded my business externally in 2022. I had relationship breakdowns with mentors, with team members, and I learned so much about myself. And as always, I'm always grateful for those experiences. Had I not experienced them, those breakdowns of relationships, I would have never evolved beyond that. I would have never had the opportunity to rise like a fucking phoenix. I would have never had the opportunity to refine what I'm doing, to make it better. Everybody wants success in their business, but you don't learn in success. You celebrate success and you evolve through mistakes and lessons. In 2023, that's exactly what it felt like. It was just breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough, breakdown, breakthrough. I've never felt so consistently emotionally on a roller coaster. There were tears of fucking success, tears of absolute celebration that I never thought was possible for me when I take a moment to reflect on everything that I've created and it doesn't feel real. And in the exact same moment, there would be a moment of polarity to really cripple everything that I once thought about myself. An example of this is when in late 2023, I had so much clarity coming through for what was going to be happening in 2024. Intuitively, I could see the exact strategy, exact pathway, the exact goals, the exact results that I was going to be creating in 2024. And so whilst I'm riding this incredible high and celebrating and just knowing with absolute clarity where the fuck I'm going, with so much excitement and so much fear, but so much fucking excitement. Whilst I'm really curating and building out my revenue forecast, my growth forecast, the business plan for our rebrand of our bridal business and multiple locations in 2024, whilst I'm doing that and riding this fucking incredible roller coaster of fucking celebration, at the same moment, I find out that a few of my team members are causing toxic behaviors in my team and doing the dirty behind my back. Now, this isn't a moment of me airing my laundry. I will never explain exactly what happened. But what I will explain is in that moment of polarity, I gained so much clarity. I gained so much clarity on who I am available for, when I will overgive, who I'm here to support, who I'm here to really help to grow their businesses, who I am not available for, what behavior I'm not available for, when do I need to step up into management and really manage and lead any toxic behavior instead of trying to see the fucking best in every person that I meet. I learned so much about me, about who I am as a mentor, who I am as a leader, who I am as a CEO, and who I am as I lead teams. I learned so much about hiring the wrong staff. I learned so much about letting go too much and delegating too much to people who were not qualified, or people who didn't have the right intentions, or people who didn't have the right alignment for where we were going in our brand and our culture and our vision. And this could not have come at the most incredible time, because for me, what I have planned for 2024, the rebrand, how big the team is growing, the types of roles that are needed inside of our team, the people that we want to welcome inside of our team, what their visions are, what their goals are, who they are, their values is so fucking crucial. And I would have never learnt that and never realized that. And I would have leaned into growing where I'm going with the wrong people. And so although whilst I'm having the most incredible experience and celebrating everything that's coming my way with the clarity, the direction, the fucking intuitive guidance on what I'm here to create in 2024, at the exact same time, I was experiencing so much polarity and contrast and heartbreak from people I trusted because they weren't aligned. And had I not experienced that polarity, I would have never experienced the growth. I would have never experienced the lessons. I would have never gotten the clarity on who I am here to support and who I'm available for and who I'm not. I would have never learned about my own leadership and where I need to improve and evolve and grow. I would have never realized that my incredible gift of seeing the absolute best in every single person that I meet actually doesn't work when you have toxic people in your team, when you have toxic relationships. There was so much that I've learned in 2023, and it was all a reflection of all of the work that I have done in 2023. And so I'm so excited because as I lean into taking the action in 2024, I'm on the pathway to creating even more incredible results. Like I cannot, my heart is like, I'm crying because I can feel it in my entire core, in my entire being, what is shifting in 2024. I'm like actually sweating with so much excitement, so much emotion, so much of an expansion. Like I did the work in 2023. I had so many breakthroughs, so many lessons, which has helped me to shift and gain clarity more than I have ever had before. So I want to invite you to take a moment and write down everything that you have achieved in 2023. Write down all of the lessons, all of the mistakes, extract the lesson. There is always a silver lining for every experience, polarity, and contrast that you are having in this lifetime. Find it, because when you find it, it will never be as crushing. It'll be worth it, because the growth that you experience beyond the lesson and mistake is so much more worth it. Isn't it more powerful to rise like a phoenix than to just sit in the breakdown? What's the point of the breakdown if you don't have the breakthrough? What's the point of breaking down if you're not going to rise beyond that? The more I started to feel confident and comfortable in the discomfort, in the lessons, in the mistakes, in the failures, I actually started to gain this level of confidence, and I'm still working on it, this level of confidence where I am feeling a little less scared about making bigger moves. Because if I'm really honest with myself, the moves that I'm making in 2024 are moves that I should and could have made 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago. But they're moves that I never thought was possible for me. They're moves that I never thought that I was capable of creating. They're moves that I actually never desired, because the bigger fear that I had was that if I make these moves, who is going to sacrifice? Is it going to be my babies? Is it going to be my relationship? Is it going to be my marriage? Is it going to be my friends? Is it going to be who is going to sacrifice for me to make these moves? So that was one of the greatest lessons I had in 2023, was realizing that I have a deep belief that if I succeed, somebody else fails. If I get the booking, somebody else doesn't. If I reach the success, somebody else doesn't. If I reach this 7 figures in business, other people won't. I realized that the underlying layer of fear was actually scarcity. And this blew my mind, because I didn't think that I did not at all think that I was a person who was negative or who had an underlying fear of lack or scarcity. And then it appears that I do. And so I would never have had this breakthrough if it wasn't for the lessons and mistakes. So really think, dive deep and be very vulnerable and real with yourself. What were the mistakes and failures that you experienced in 2023, and what are the lessons that you can extract from that? There is magic in every experience, whether it feels good or not. Find the magic. And write down everything that you have to celebrate in 2023. Everything that you achieved, everything that you never thought was possible. What were they? Write it down and genuinely feel it in your entire heart. Feel how fucking incredible you are. And then go further. What are you calling in 2024? What is really igniting you up? If there was nobody that was going to sacrifice, if there was no fear or doubt that you might fail, if there was nobody that would hold you back, yourself included in that conversation, if there was no external factors to consider, if there was no excuses that you could fucking fathom and come up out of thin air, if there was nothing else holding you back and limiting you, what would you truly go after in 2024? What would those experiences be for you, for your family, for your babies, for your lifestyle, for their opportunities, for your clients, for your business? It's not just about you. When you create this level of growth, when you bring this vision to life, you actually open up so much more for everyone else in your world. I spent far too long worried about what sacrifices my family would have to make if I were to chase my dreams. I spent so long worried about what sacrifices I would have to make as a mum for me to also equally chase my dreams. This was one of my greatest limitations that I actually put on myself. Because if I really felt into it, my greatest value is that my boys never miss me. I'm always there. I'm always present. I'm not sitting on my phone half distracted. I'm not working all hours of the night. I'm not spending every weekend like working 7 days a week. I'm not missing important experiences for them at school. I'm not missing their awards. I'm not missing their assemblies. I'm not missing their sports carnivals. I'm not missing anything. And yet that was the greatest fear that I had that was holding me back. So once you've identified what you're calling in 2024, now identify why do you not think it's possible? Who do you think needs to sacrifice for you to create that? Who needs to give so you can have? What is coming up for you? What is the excuse that you're falling into? You don't have enough time? You don't have enough money? Cool. Well, I've done those excuses too before. In fact, there's not one person, one incredible fucking powerful woman in my world who has not used that excuse before. Your excuses are the surface level example of why the deeper underlayer is holding you back. What is it? Get clarity on what that deeper root problem is that's holding you back. You don't have enough money is surface level. You don't have enough time, it's surface level. There's other shit underneath there, find it. That's what's holding you back. The clarity that you will gain. Oh my God, this blows my mind. The clarity that you will gain when you understand what's underneath the surface in the deeper level of the surface level shit, like I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money, there's just not possible for me right now. Any excuse, think of it, because I've actually said it to myself before many a times. There is more underneath the surface, and the sooner that you understand and do the work to identify what that deeper core fear or belief is that's holding you back, you pull that fucker out and then you literally take action, and you'll soon see, this is my favorite part, you will soon see how this really was magnified in your mind. An example of this would be, for me, my biggest fear is that if I have a successful business and I'm making all this money, and that means that my belief is that, people who make lots of money and they're really successful means that they're never with their children. And that means that I'm a very selfish mom because I've put my business before my babies, and the reality of being successful and making all this money means that I'm not available for my babies, which means that they're missing out from me. That is quite literally the story that I would tell myself every single day I was about to make a big move in business. I would self-sabotage, and then boom, what a shame, I'm like limited. That's cool, because the secondary gain is that I am present with my babies, because I was never going to sacrifice that. And as I've learnt in 2023, I actually created the most amount of balance that I have ever experienced. There was not one thing that I missed of my babies. after school sports, school activities, celebrations and parties, assemblies, every single thing that they had on, I was there. And yet my business is successful and it's continually growing. This was because I did the inner work. I made the excuses that I didn't have time, and I made the excuses that I didn't have money, and I made the excuses that it wasn't possible for me and it's not the right time. I made the excuses that I wasn't going to sacrifice my babies. But the clarity that I gained from doing the deeper work to realize that that is actually the root cause was that I was so worried that I was going to lose the relationships that are so important to me and who I am as a mum. I wasn't willing to sacrifice it. So instead of just being reactive in my life, what I decided to do was put in a strategy, implementations, and things that were non-negotiables, boundaries around my work, around my weekends, around when I'm available and when I'm not. Huge lessons. Lessons that resulted in so much balance and growth and exponential, illogical results in business. I hope that you've loved this episode because this truly is an example of my heart on my sleeve. The self-sabotage, the need to control and push the outcome, the fears, the external need for validation, the need for it to work, so much polarity and contrast that shifted everything for my year. I hope that you've loved this. If you are ready to take action in 2024, but you want the clarity that will help you to create exponential results in your business, I have got the most incredible experience for you. I have created a goal planning workshop, Exponential Goals, which will help you to break down your 12-month goal into bite-sized, realistic possibilities every single month. It is the exact audit and goal planning workshop process that I take my VIP clients through and my expansion clients through every single quarter so that they too can make bold moves in business with confidence. The most incredible thing that my clients experience from this workshop is that they start to realize that the goal that they had isn't as scary when you break it down into bite-sized possibilities. You'll actually then logically start to feel somatically like it is absolutely fucking possible for you. If somebody told me 6 years ago that I was going to be reaching 400K in 2023, I would have thought they were fucking crazy. But if they then showed me the breakdown of what it was going to look like over those 4 years, it's possible. If they then broke it down into monthly goals over that year, I would have thought, fuck yes, let's go higher. We've aimed too low. By the end of this goal planning workshop, you will have the clarity and the direction on how you can increase your revenue and have your biggest year yet. If you are already getting the clients, let's get more. If you are already reaching the revenue that you desire, let's get fucking more. If you already have your team, let's expand it more. If you already have one main core offer in your business, let's expand that. Let's get more. You'll learn exactly how to create more and how you can break down the once impossible goal into bite-sized possibilities so that you can increase your bookings, increase your inquiries, increase the conversion, increase your revenue, increase your team, increase your client retention, increase your business model. I'm so excited. This is going to be one exceptional workshop that will shift everything for you in 2024.